I've been saying it over and over and over again. It is very important that you have a personal relationship with God. It is very important that we know God for ourselves. It is very important that we do not put our trust or put anyone on a pedestal, because when that person falls, if your foundation is not in God, if God is not the one that you have in the height or put to the stature where you need to elevate God, if you put a man there or a woman there, when that person fall, you will fall. Why am I saying this? It's best to know God for yourself. Because when you know God for yourself, you have a foundation to stand on, irrespective of what people say about you or irrespective of what people do to you. I was passing a graveyard about 10 minutes ago, and while we were passing, I started thinking, what if I walk into that cemetery and I searched out or looked for a grave that has been closed for 10 days? And mind you, I have a sledgehammer in my hand, and I just take the sledgehammer and hit that grave open, just bust it up. I'm sure it's illegal, so this is hypothetical. All the stench that is within that grave would just come rushing out. People that's living in the area would automatically know that something smells offensive. Something is not right. It stinks. You see? People that's driving by like myself will be like, something ain't right. Now, we have some so-called brothers and sisters in the body, so-called Christians, so-called followers of Christ, who are hell-bent on humiliating others, who are hell-bent on digging up people's past, digging up people's failures. I like to call them the graveyard diggers of Christianity. They will go in the past of a brother or a sister, and they will find that thing that they themselves had helped the person pray to God for forgiveness for. And they will expose it even to people who are just coming in the body, just to say, you see that one? That's what he or she used to do. You see that one? So they literally bust the dead situation or the graveyard, or the sin that God has forgiven you for and buried it. They went and dig it up. You see, God has forgotten about it. God is not holding that over your head anymore. But they are hell-bent on showing the world, exposing it to the world, exposing it to the body that, look, this is what this person, they want the whole situation to just stink up the place. Yeah, you have so-called believers that's like that. And I'm here to say that is not Christ-like. It is ungodly. It has nothing to do with brotherhood. Matter of fact, I'll go as far as say that person has no love for your brother or your sister when you do stuff like that. How is it that God, the omnipotent God himself, God who could have wiped that person out, has forgiven that person and moved on, but you are still holding that situation over that person's head? Since COVID, I've learned in a hard way, and now to keep my circle small, you see. So now I've learned to keep a tight circle, because people are not who they say they are. And that is the troubling thing. That is the troubling thing. But the point I'm making is, When God forgives someone, won't you just leave that person's uh, graveyard situation alone, or the thing that God has wiped out or put it behind them? What gives you the right to bring it up? I pray that God will give some of us wisdom on how to conduct ourselves, or how to really forgive and love others, because a lot of us don't have the love of God in us. We have church behavior. We know how to do it. We know how to act like we love and we're sharing God's love. But I've learned to keep my eyes on God. I've learned that my relationship with God must be priority number one. You understand? Because when all else fail around you, only the love of God, the relationship that you built with God, will last forever. So God bless you, and don't be a graveyard digger. Graveyard diggers don't want to leave people pass alone. Funny thing about it is, their past is probably worse than yours. But because no one that they know is around to expose their, I don't even know what word to use, their failures, maybe that's a decent word. They think that it's clear for them, and they forgot what God did for them. So don't be one of those persons who are persecuting someone because they have made some mistakes in their lives. That is not Christ-like. Forgive, move on, respect, and show love. God bless you.